Hi, my name is Zakura and I've been nominated as a finalist for Writer of the Year at the KLAT Awards 2025. I think growing up in Cardiff provided the entire context to what I write. The first poem that I ever wrote was actually about an interaction that I had with one of the Welsh ministers. So that is really like what fueled me into writing as part of a project. And I think for me, I began writing poetry and spoken word because I had this fire, I had this passion that I wanted to say something, and it was sort of quite political when I first began, and I think that was because of a lot of experience that I had growing up in Cardiff, but also the flip side of the community that I saw around me. But beginning writing, I was quite angry when I wrote when I was younger, and I think it was because growing up in Cardiff, there were some experiences where I felt othered, and so it spurred me into this journey of finding my voice through my spoken word and my poetry. But I think now that's really shifted, now that I've grown and sort of experienced more cities and more experiences in my life. I refer to my poetic style as flowery, and it's sort of it's not my term, it's sort of been coined already, but for me it is about the rhythm, the rhyme and the sort of cadence of your poetry being just as important as the words. I'm a strong believer that I think I grew up around a lot of sort of old school hip-hop when I was younger, and I think that's really fueled into my poetry. And I'm a strong believer that the rhythm and the speed in which you say something and the rhyme that you use can make the audience feel a certain way just as much as what you're saying. So that's why I kind of refer to it as floetry. If you see, sometimes when I perform, people come up to me and is like, I loved your rap, and I'm like, that wasn't a rap, it was a poem. But it does have elements of that sort of rap and hip hop in it. I spent so many sort of nights at 3 a.m. getting a coach home from London because I had to go there to perform, and obviously the train's really expensive, and there was just not the sort of poetry scene in Wales for me that I wanted to be part of, and I felt this community in London. And so sort of off the back of that, I was really keen to bring the community and the nights and the sort of exposure that I was getting in London to Cardiff and allow more young people like myself to experience that sort of spoken word and the floetry that I'm talking about. And I think being able to build the bridge with Poetic Unity in Brixton and then launch Poetic Wales in Cardiff, on City Road, where I sort of grew up, was a really proud full circle moment for me, because I was able to sort of marry these two halves of myself that I was experiencing together, and it was really a beautiful moment to have my family there, but also loads of new faces, and really bring a new and diverse audience to spoken word. And a lot of people that came there was like, I've never gone to poetry before, I didn't think that it was for me, but this has really shown me that I want to start writing, or I want to go to more things like this. And that's all I've been trying to do with this sort of Poetic Wales bridge that I'm building. So for that to sell out like completely, almost 100 people came, and that for a poetry night is a lot, do you know what I mean? So I felt super proud, and then my dad got up and performed as well, and that was a full circle moment because he sort of gave me the tools in order to be the poet that I am today. So being able to give him a platform to perform his stuff was, it was really rewarding. I saw the first sort of awards announcement come out on the KLAT Awards page, and I was like re-scrolling every 2 seconds to try to wait for the writer category to come out. And then, I think it was the last one that was posted. So when I saw it, I was really happy. I was hoping, obviously, that this sort of recognition would be there, not just for myself, but to see other people that I've worked with as well, and sort of like seeing like Connor Allen, who was like mentoring me as well on that, was really, a lovely moment. And I think I was just, I was sent it to my family, and I was like, I've been nominated. It means so much to be nominated as a finalist for Writer of the Year at the KLAT Awards. I think a lot of awards can be centered around like one specific art form, be it music or, you know, art, but this is a sort of multi-genre, it's across all art forms. And I think you don't see a lot of awards for writers or for poets, so for that to even be a category means a lot, but then to also be nominated, and whether or not, you know, I get the award or not, to be recognised as someone who is trying to, you know, create a sort of scene, and the work that I've done, not just for myself but for other people, is really rewarding. And I think I'm just looking forward to being around so many like-minded creatives in Cardiff who are all leading the way in their art form on the awards, and to support everybody who's come through. And I know it will be a really sort of exciting and diverse group of people. So yeah, I'm just excited to dress up and to have a good time. I think it's obvious, but the first person I would thank is definitely my dad. My dad really gave me a lot of the skills in order to do what I do today, and he's supported me. He's almost never missed one of my poetry nights, be it in London, in Birmingham, in Cardiff. He comes through all the time and just always supports, and he's done nothing but sort of nurture me to be able to be who I am today. So I would definitely thank him, and I'm sure it will be a big celebration with my family. My family have come down to London so many times and also got those coaches home, you know, just to see me do a 15-minute set. And so for me, that is just what true support looks like. So yeah, I'm sure we'd go out, have some fun, and just celebrate the success. But my dad would be thanked for this, for sure.